everyone, welcome to Blakely's Skincare Creations. I'm Jasmine, and today I'm going to show you my highly anticipated class on how to make the Juicy Fruit pH Balance Bubble Wash. So this is intended with the Yoni in mind, but it's also good for the face, it's good for the body, gentle. And the reason why it's a Yoni product is because it's pH balance. The skin generally likes a balance that's like around 5-ish. 7 is neutral, and then usually between about 3.8 to about 4.5 it likes for it to have that pH for your more sensitive areas on your body. So I wanted to make a gentle foaming wash that's super easy to formulate. It's got real watermelon hydrosol in it, and it's basically great for all body types, but especially the Yoni types. It's watery, as you can see, super easy, super foamy and frothy. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So before we get right into it, I just wanted to talk about the ingredients that we're going to be using for this product today before you watch me incorporate them. Trying to give you guys a little bit more information heavy videos. So I wanted to make sure that I am very clear. Whenever you're making formulations, you want to make sure that you use distilled water as the purest type of water. You don't want to use spring or purified, because those can tend to have other contaminants in it. Distilled is purely it's just the purest type of water. So you want to make sure that you use pure distilled water whenever you're making your formulations, really, this or any other type. Okay, and then we have our watermelon hydrosol. So hydrosol, much like our distilled water, is a pure extract or form of watermelon. It smells very watermelony. I want to say, like, you could smell the watermelon freshness, and you can make your own. I went ahead and bought mine for this one. I'm going to go ahead and link that down below where I got mine from. You can do really any sort of plant. What you do is, if you want to make it, because you can make it, I just want to warn you, if you do make it, the yield generally tends to be low. So just kind of decide what's going to be best for you. But again, you're going to want to use distilled water. You're going to want to put it into a pot, and then in the center of the pot, you're going to want to have a bowl to capture the sweat, the distillate that's going to come down. Okay, and around it, you're going to place whatever plant matter it is that you want. So you can do cucumbers, you can do watermelon, strawberries, mint, roses. That's how they make rose water. You can use really any type, and then just put it on the stove, and usually on like medium to high heat. And then you want to put ice on the top, and what I do is invert the lid. I put it down so that all the sweat and condensation can slide down into our container that's going to hold it. And so the yield is generally low, but it still comes out pretty good. You can still smell it, and it's pretty cool. So if you want to use that, make your own type of distillate or whatever, you are also free to do that. Next, our foaming agent is going to be cocoa betaine. Okay, this comes from coconuts. I believe it's EcoCert. You can double check on that, because I apologize in advance if my videos cut out a little bit. Working with some limited space here, trying to delete some stuff, but I got a lot of content. So anyway, we were talking about cocoa betaine. Cocoa betaine is a gentle surfactant I like to use. It's very bubbly, easy to incorporate, foamy, frothy, all that good stuff. So I like to use it. It doesn't really have too much of a scent, and it goes into everything pretty easily. I also like to use vegetable glycerin. That's my humectant of choice. You can also use honey in place of vegetable glycerin. That's okay too. I just choose this because it's easy to incorporate, food grade, easy to get your hands on, inexpensive, all that good stuff. To balance our pH, I'm going to be using some citric acid here, and you can also use lactic acid. Just kind of know which ones to use, but this is used to balance the pH. We're going to be dissolving it fully in the water, so it's just what I choose to use. A lot of people tend to have it. It's easy to find around the house, using bath bombs, a lot of other bath type of stuff. And then last but not least, we have our Germall Plus. Germall Plus is generally a little bit goes a long way. It doesn't change too many properties of the formula. Like, for example, I used to I've tried to use other more natural types of preservatives before, and they change the smell, sometimes the color, sometimes they burn my skin a little bit, sometimes like there's just little different things. They can change the texture. Germall Plus has never given me an issue, so I just like to use that. That's my personal preference. So now we're going to go ahead and start incorporating everything and mixing it all in, and you guys can see how easy this process is. Okay, so now we're going to start by dumping this into, sorry, not dumping this, but pouring our ingredients into one container. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is pour our distilled water, and then after that we're going to be mixing in our citric acid. So you want to make sure to completely disperse it, meaning just stir it all the way until it is fully dissolved. And this just takes a few minutes of stirring. And even if you don't get every single like granule right now, you'll usually pick it up, I want to say like by the closer towards the end. Or what I mean by that is you'll just have time to dissolve it later. So I'm just going to stir all the way until it's done. Okay, and so now that that is dissolved, we're going to add in our cocoa betaine, our surfactant. We're going to add in our vegetable glycerin. Oh, sorry. This is our watermelon hydrosol. Then we add our vegetable glycerin. It's kind of sticky, so you're going to want to, it's thick I should say. I want to get all of it out of there as much as possible. Our Germall Plus. It's kind of the same viscosity as your vegetable glycerin, so I want to get it all out. Gonna give it a good mix, get everything nice and evenly distributed. And then as far as for the colorant go, it's important that you use a water soluble one, not a mica or anything, because then it won't dissolve properly in here. You can use lakes, dyes, and if you want to measure you can. I usually say do, especially if you're making larger batches, but this is just a small personal batch, so for this, I will just be using only like a drop. It's really not even measurable by scale. But if you're going to make a larger batch, then just make sure that you include that, I should say. And in this case, a little bit of color goes a very long way. And then it's starting to turn pink, and just make sure you dissolve everything. And just like that, you have this beautiful, clear, translucent, pink, foamy body wash. How cool was that? Now we have our, looks like a drink, I was about to say drink. But now we have our foaming wash here. It's clear, it looks all nice and juicy. And so it's pH balanced. I did want to show you guys how I check the pH. A lot of people like to get like the digital monitor. I don't have one, but you can just get these off of Amazon. They give you a color code. You take these little sticks, you dip them in diluted solution here of distilled water, 90% distilled water, 10% of your product, because it is going to be a wash off. I don't know if you guys can see it that well in here, but I wanted to get it to like a kind of orangey light yellow, or dark yellow I should say. I have our solution ready. Usually just need one dip or a few drops, nothing too serious here. And it's getting to that nice orangey color, just the way that I want it to be, a little bit more than a 4. Okay, and it's as simple as that. So now we have our foamy, lathery type of wash. I'm going to show you guys the foaming effect here. And that's it. This lather is like a dream. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to let me know how it went for you. And let me know what you guys want to see next time. And if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up, ask me in the comments, Patreon, all that good stuff. But thank you guys for tuning into the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.